Hi, this is Mrs. Jackson. This is Chapter 1, Section 1, Part 2. We're going to look at how you evaluate a function numerically, algebraically, as well as graphically. Okay, so when we evaluate a function, we're asking ourselves the question, what is the output for a given input? So here I have an example, f of x equals 3x squared. And so if we look at a numerical evaluation, f of 2, we're going to replace our x, anywhere you have an x in your function, with the number 2, and we're going to look at what the output would be. So here I would say f of 2 equals 3 times 2 squared. We have to use order of operations and do the exponents before the multiplication, so we have 3 times 4, or 12. So at an input of 2, the output would equal 12. Another example we can look at is an algebraic evaluation. So here I have f of x plus 4. So anywhere you see the x or the input variable in your function, you're going to replace that with this algebraic expression, x plus 4. So I've got f of x plus 4 equals 3 times x plus 4 squared. That is the square of a sum, which is an identity. We'll be using that a lot in this course. But if you're not familiar with the pattern when we square a sum, we'll just write this out as x plus 4 times x plus 4. And just recall that everything has to distribute. So this x here has to distribute to the x as well as the 4, and this 4 has to distribute to the x as well as to the 4. So we have 3 times x squared plus 4x plus another 4x plus 16. And that is 3 times x squared plus 8x. So there's the pattern there. Plus 16, and that's 3x squared plus 24x plus 48. So when our input here in this particular function equals x plus 4, our output would equal this trinomial here, 3x squared plus 24x plus 48. Okay, now how would we evaluate a function from its graph? Here I have an example function, f of x equals 2x squared minus 3. It's a parabola, and here is its graph. And we're going to evaluate 3 different inputs here. And what we're asking is, for a given input, what is the output on the graph? So if I take a look at f of negative 2, my input x is negative 2. And so I would go to x equals negative 2, and I just look to see where that intersects the graph and look at what the output is there, and the output is 5. So f of negative 2 equals 5. F of 0, I'd look at an x equals 0. What is my output at x equals 0? And my output is negative 3. And finally, f of positive 1, I'd look, where is my output at positive 1? And my output is negative 1. So that's just a quick example of how to evaluate numerically, algebraically, and graphically. Hope that helps.